Welcome to the kidsministry.blog podcast. Every episode, we share ideas, tips, and resources to help your children's ministry thrive.
Okay, so we've probably all been there, right? That meeting, the one that starts with, really good intentions, maybe even pizza, and then just kind of spirals into chaos. Nobody really knows why they're there by the end.
Yeah, the dreaded pointless meeting.
Exactly. Well, today we're diving into this really insightful piece from the kidsministry.blog. It's called Planning an Effective Volunteer Meeting, When Good Intentions Meet Pizza and Chaos.
Great title. Very relatable.
Isn't it? And our mission here is basically to figure out why sometimes the best part of meeting, the most effective bit, actually happens after the official agenda is done, like over that slice of pizza.
Right, when the real conversation starts.
Yeah, we want to cut through that chaos and find out what actually makes collaboration work, especially, when you're dealing with volunteers giving up their precious time.
And what strikes me immediately looking at this is just how universal this whole challenge is. I mean, yes, it's about a volunteer meeting in this case, but the lessons, they apply everywhere, don't they? It's really about valuing people's time, listening to their actual concerns. That's critical in any team, any collaborative effort.
So, okay, let's get into the story. This leader, super enthusiastic, plans what they think is the perfect volunteer meeting. You know the type.
Yeah, vision casting.
Team building, big picture stuff.
Yeah.
All those things leadership books tell you to do. But maybe, just maybe, a bit disconnected from what the volunteers face week to week.
Often, yeah, a disconnect.
Big time. So they invite 23 volunteers. Guess how many show up?
Uh-oh, based on the title. Not many?
7. Just 7.
Ouch.
And one apparently left after only 20 minutes. So the first half hour, they're going through this carefully crafted agenda, slides and everything.
Yeah, dreaded slides.
And the article mentions one volunteer, Linda, actually nodded off during slide 3.
Oh dear, what was slide 3?
Quarterly objectives. Even the leader admitted later, I was boring myself reading those slides.
Honesty points there, huh? But it really highlights something crucial, doesn't it? It's not just potentially boring content. Right.
It's that gap between what the organizer thinks needs discussing and what the participants, the volunteers in this case, actually need help with. Their real-world problems.
And the logistics, too. The article points out the timing, Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yeah, prime time for, everything else. Homework, dinner cleanup.
Collapse on the couch time, as they put it.
Yeah.
So even getting people there was a hurdle before slide 1 even came up.
Exactly. The barriers were already up.
Okay, but then, the turning point. The leader is detailing new check-in procedures, probably riveting stuff.
Policy talk.
And the pizza arrives. Suddenly, everyone pokes up. Not because of policy updates, obviously.
That's the pizza effect.
Totally. The leader literally says the real meeting started. And it had zero to do with the agenda. People just started talking.
Really?
Things like, hey, Sunday mornings have been pretty crazy lately. Or, the kids seem really wound up. Someone else chips in. Maybe we need a different room setup.
See, that's it. That's what was missing from the slides, the practical, immediate stuff.
They weren't invested in the grand mission statement at that moment. They needed to talk about Tommy's craft time meltdowns or how to handle parents who are always late or those really tricky questions kids ask about God.
Yeah.
They wanted real help, shared ideas, just connection, not a lecture. The formal agenda just didn't leave room for any of that.
And here's the kicker. The actual problem solving, the really good stuff, happened after the meeting was officially over.
While eating pizza, right.
Yeah. People just hung around, finishing their slices, sharing tips for tricky behaviors, brainstorming better ways to transition between activities. They even started planning informal training sessions amongst themselves.
Wow. So peer-to-peer learning organically.
Exactly. The leader realized, hold on, this is everything I wanted the meeting to achieve. But it happened naturally because they stopped trying to force the agenda.
When the structure dissolved.
Right. And the follow-up email that actually got traction, it wasn't about the quarterly objectives.
Let me guess. It was about the pizza chat.
You got it. A summary of those pizza conversations. The solutions, the training ideas, the room changes the volunteers themselves suggested. That's what people engaged with.
It's such a powerful reminder, isn't it, about human connection. When the formal structure disappeared, what people really needed, feeling heard, supported, connected, that's what came to the surface.
Yeah.
We really underestimate how much groups can solve on their own if we just kind of get out of the way sometimes. People show up, they engage, when it meets their needs, not just the leader's need to tick boxes.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for us? I think this deep dive into that kids ministry blog piece really shows that sometimes, maybe often, the most effective meeting happens when you let go of the perfect plan. Ditch the rigid agenda. Let people actually talk about what's on their minds. Less presentation, more conversation.
Less agenda.
More pizza.
Definitely more pizza. So I guess this leaves a question for you listening. How could you maybe shift your own meetings, whether that's with volunteers or colleagues at work, maybe even family discussions? How could you focus more on what people actually want and need to talk about? Really foster that connection and problem solving rather than just sticking rigidly to a preset structure.
Something to chew on, right? Literally.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for listening. To find more ideas, tips, and resources,